better understand what this takeover will look like moving forward, Jose joins senior legal analyst Chris Tritico in the studio. Jose?
Good morning, Chris. Thank you for being with us. You know, there's been a timeline of the events leading up to the school takeover. The school in question, Wheatley High School, received an F rating back in 2019, but it now has a C rating, and HISD's B rating overall, which is an improvement from several years ago. Now, other districts have had problems, but why does it appear that HISD was singled out in this?
Well, so HISD was not singled out. Wheatley High School was under conservatorship for a very long time, and under the law as it existed in 2019, they had been under conservatorship or had an F rating for over 5 years, and under the law in 2019 that required the commissioner to move in. That's why HISD sued, and there's two reasons here that the commissioner is moving. Wheatley High School, and they had a conservator for 2 consecutive years. That gives him the authority under the law to move in. That was the genesis of the lawsuit that HISD lost.
Now, some local leaders are calling for a federal investigation of what has been taking place. What sort of legal route can they take with this, and how would this affect the school year next year?
I don't think that even if the federal government moves in, the Department of Education moves in and investigates, or the Department of Justice, I don't think it will have any material impact on next school year. The school year will start and the school year will move forward. If there is a federal investigation, that will take far longer than this beginning of next school year. And so the Board of Managers will be in place, and the school year will start, and then the federal investigation will wrap up as it will, and then we'll see what will happen if they even take jurisdiction over it.
So what exactly is this takeover going to look like, though?
Well, a board of managers takes the place of the elected school board. They will be displaced from office, and they cannot take the action that they take now. The Board of Managers takes their place, and they run the school district as the Board of Trustees, the elected Board of Trustees. They have all the powers of the Board of Trustees, and they call for elections. There will actually be trustee elections during the next 2 years, as there normally would be, and someone can run for that office. They just can't take office. And there will be a new superintendent put in place, placed by the Commissioner of Education, to take Miller House's place. He's going to lose his job here in June. And then the Board of Managers, the new trustee, will take the place of the elected board and Dr. House, and they will run the district for the next at least a minimum of 2 years. It could be 4.
That is an extended period of time if it goes to 4 years, though.
It is, and that was changed during the Beaumont conservatorship. That law was changed to allow the commissioner to extend it up to 4 years. What we've seen in these things is, Beaumont is a classic example, is Beaumont's student scores did not change 1 point during the time the Board of Managers and the superintendent were in place. The student scores did not go up, and so if this is about students, then I would hope TEA would come in and actually do something about student scores. What we see is a Board of Managers comes in, TEA goes home to Austin, and they're not here. And they leave it to a Board of Managers who, if you look at the qualifications, their qualifications have nothing to do with education. And so they leave it to people who are not qualified in education to manage a school district the size of most cities, and they don't know anything about education, and they don't know anything about educating children.
This is something that's going to be watched very, very closely by a lot of local leaders as well as others in the education field.
That's right.
Chris, thank you so very much.
You bet.
All right, so maybe you're a parent or a teacher affected by this. You will have an opportunity to let the TEA know how you feel about this takeover. The agency is hosting several community meetings, the first one happening on March 21st at Westbury High School, then on March 22nd at Chavez High School. March 29th, there will be one at the Hattie Mae White Educational Support Center, and then the next day on March 30th, one will be held at Cashmere High School. All these meetings will start at 6:30 and are open to the public. The Times now